Sulphur, Louisiana, a community surrounded by more than a dozen fossil fuel polluting industries, including Sasol Chemicals, Westlake Chemical, Citgo Petroleum, Indorama, Cameron LNG, Calcasieu Refining, PPG, Phillips 66, Firestone Polymers, Lotte, Westlake Polymers, Biolab, and many more.
Thank you, and we're looking forward to you sharing evidence and information about this case and how nature's rights and human rights are being violated.
Thank you. We're going to start with a video that was shot by Action for the Climate Emergency and is featuring my 16-year-old daughter, McNeese Ozane. She made this video when she was 15.
My name is Candy, and I live in Sulphur, Louisiana.
My family members who are with me here today, so please stand. Good morning or good afternoon, brothers and sisters, fellow earth protectors and water defenders, justice leaders, tribunal, and Madam President. Today I stand before you representing the voices of many in Southwest Louisiana, a region rich in culture and history, yet beset by grave environmental injustices. As we navigate the intricate tapestry of Louisiana, where the rhythm of jazz and blues blends with the vibrant flavors of Creole and Cajun cuisine, we must confront a harsh reality. Our beloved state, from the breathtaking Gulf to the enchanting bayous to the lively streets of New Orleans, is under threat from a dangerous fossil fuel build-out, largely funded by major banks like Citigroup. This exploitation is not just an abstract issue. It is a direct attack on the health and well-being of our communities, primarily communities of color and low wealth. Let me share some alarming truths. Our air smells like rotten eggs. We are losing a football field of wetlands every hour. Groundwater levels are receding at an alarming rate, leaving us with a diminishing supply of drinking water. Our communities are plagued by above average poverty rates and above average cancer rates, with toxins in the air exacerbating our health crisis. There are nearly 200 industrial facilities lining our coast. In the past few years, the United States has become the largest exporter of methane gas globally. And this comes at a staggering cost to Black, indigenous, and other people of color communities. Exposure to methane alone is responsible for an estimated 1 million premature deaths a year. Systemic racism has forced our communities to bear the brunt of air pollution, leading to respiratory problems, asthma, and heart disease. In the Lake Charles area where we live, where roughly half of the 80,000 residents are Black, the industry plans to build 4 new methane gas terminals within a mere 5 miles of each other. This is not just an isolated incident, as about 20 new or expanded LNG projects are expected to come along the Gulf Coast, predominantly in communities of color. Despite the fight for our lives against the climate crisis, U.S. banks continue to fund the fossil fuel industry. They treat our communities as collateral damage in their pursuit of profit. The 6 largest U.S. banks, including J.P. Morgan Chase and Citigroup, are among the top financial institutions backing fossil fuel infrastructure, pouring over $44 billion into methane gas companies in just the last 6 years. Citi, for instance, publicly claims to support solutions for racial injustice and the climate crisis, yet they are complicit in environmental racism through their financing of projects that harm our communities. We just released a report a few days ago, and in our report, we revealed the health impacts and greenhouse gas emissions associated with Citi's financing of LNG export terminals and other major polluters. By supporting these projects, Citibank is perpetuating a cycle of environmental injustice. Our demands to Citibank are clear. Stop funding fossil fuel infrastructure. We demand a rapid phase out of all fossil fuel financing immediately. We insist that clients respect the rights of indigenous people, including their right to free, prior, and informed consent. We urge an end to financing projects that violate human rights, especially those in marginalized communities. We call for the adoption of an exclusion policy for harmful sectors and an increase in investments in renewable energy solutions. As a Black mom and mother, my commitment to environmental justice stems from a deep understanding of the health disparities faced by communities of color. Everyone deserves access to clean air and clean water. Here are the facts. The continued reliance on fossil fuels significantly contributes to climate change. After hearing this powerful testimony and the testimony of so many today regarding the environmental injustices and the environmental impacts that the fossil fuel industries and fossil fuel financing is having on marginalized communities, I'm asking you, tribunal judges, to please recognize and acknowledge the systemic nature of environmental injustices and the disproportionate impact on Black, brown, and indigenous communities. I'm calling for you to urge banks and financial institutions to cease financing new and expanding fossil fuel projects. I'm asking you to mandate a comprehensive health impact assessment for projects that could affect our communities. I'm asking you to support community-led initiatives because the people closest to the problem are closest to the solution. I'm asking you to consider the growing movement advocating for the rights of nature, which states that ecosystems should have legal rights to exist and to thrive. I'm asking for legal representation. Encourage the adoption of legal measures that recognize the rights of natural systems, which would empower communities to take actions against those perpetrators like big oil and gas. I'm asking that you adopt some mitigation strategies and urge the implementation of comprehensive climate mitigation and adaptation strategies that prioritize the protection of ecosystems and their ability to absorb and buffer the impacts of extreme weather events such as hurricanes, which Ms. Sharon and I are here on the heels of. We just had Hurricane Francine come through and demolish our communities yet again. I'm asking for a holistic approach to environmental justice. Emphasize the need for an integrated approach to environmental justice that addresses both the rights of individuals and the rights of nature, ensuring that decisions consider the long-term impacts that these decisions are causing on our communities. I'm also asking that we highlight the importance of international cooperation in addressing the global nature of climate change and environmental degradation, recognizing that actions in one part of the world are impacting what's happening in another part of the world. By addressing these considerations, you can contribute to meaningful change and support the fight for environmental justice in our affected communities. In the words of Amelia Earhart, the most difficult thing to do is the decision to act. The rest is pure tenacity. Let us all unite in the fight for environmental justice. As Fannie Lou Hamer once said, 3 people are better than no people, and it's a whole lot of people in this room today. Let's continue to fight. Thank you.